My name is Madelyn Herbrand. I am from Cedarburg, Wisconsin, and I am studying music therapy here in the College of Liberal Arts at the University of Minnesota.
My name is Matthew Trumper. I'm from Stillwater, Minnesota, and I'm a senior studying geography with minors in environmental science and statistics.
My name is Annika Kohrt, and I'm a senior from Plymouth, Minnesota. I study linguistics and German with a minor in computer science in the College of Liberal Arts at the University of Minnesota. Basically, with linguistics, what people are doing are building up models of rules and theoretical conceptions of how a real-life actual thing, i.e. language production and processing, happens. And what we're doing is testing those models to see if any of them seem to hold more true. Linguistics research is just generally about figuring out the invisible rules inside your head about how language comes out and how you understand language. The more fully you can flesh your linguistic models out, the better that you can understand language generally and how people learn it and how neurological disorders work. But at the same time, I also think because language is kind of what makes us all human, I think it's an important task in itself to understand how it works, because at the end of it, it's like a series of vibrations in the air and you have to make some meaning out of it.
I'm really interested in environmental change because I think it's a really important issue that may not be addressed as much as it should be in the current political climate. And my current research project is for my undergraduate honors thesis, which is studying how the prevalence of fire affects nitrogen in a oak savanna ecosystem. Nitrogen is kind of like this key nutrient that all plants need to grow, but humans are really disrupting the nitrogen cycle due to, use of agricultural fertilizers or, fossil fuel combustion. So we're trying to use trees because in their annual rings, they contain a record of nitrogen much longer than the records that we humans have made that might be only 20 to 30 years. Trees can be hundreds, thousands of years old. So we really get that longer term perspective. Last spring, we sampled tree rings out in the field. We went to this ecological research site called Cedar Creek, where they have this long-term controlled burn experiment where they have a series of plots where they've burned these areas at different burn frequencies. And then we went in there and we sampled living trees non-destructively by boring out a small little pencil-thin core, which we then used to look at the annual rings, which involved basically chopping up the rings individually year by year, which was a lot of work actually when you think about it. Hundreds of years, these little tiny tree ring samples, and then I'll be doing some more data analysis and starting to write for my undergraduate honors thesis.
I am conducting research over at the University of Minnesota Medical Center. I'm on the Medical Oncology Hematology Unit looking at the effects of music therapy on fatigue, energy levels, and pain management in adult oncology patients. They fill out a pre-test, we do some music, and they fill out a post-test in regards to their fatigue and energy and see how music therapy impacts those things. So it will say something like, not at all tired or extremely tired. And then at the bottom, I use a Likert type scale of 0 to 10 to measure pain. A large part of my research is autonomy. I value autonomy as a person, as well as the music intervention that I use provides a lot of autonomy to cancer patients. Being hospitalized can be dehumanizing. A lot is taken away from you. You're told what to do, you're told what to wear, you're told what to eat, you're told what medications to take. You're told what's best for you. And so in my little sessions, I want to provide as much autonomy as I can. And so they decide when they're done and they kick me out. They decide what songs they want to do. They decide how fast, how slow, how long, how loud. Music therapy is a way of using music to reach non-musical goals. This research has allowed me the experience of being able to grow professionally as well as in confidence that I will be a music therapist someday and I can do this. I never saw myself as a researcher. I never saw myself working in a hospital on my own, but I've learned a lot of these skills through conducting my research and the value that the University of Minnesota puts on research and the opportunities that the College of Liberal Arts allows me to have through programs like the Undergraduate Research Opportunities Program has made this experience possible for me.
The most positive experience in my undergraduate career was taking a course that I was really interested in and then basically just going up to that professor and, asking them more about their research and do they need help on their research. And I think if, students can muster up that kind of courage, a lot of faculty are looking for undergraduates that are passionate, and participating in research has made really big impacts on my future. Working in the Center for Dendrochronology and participating in research for the first time really drove my decision to apply to graduate school for next fall.
My research has impacted my future by giving me a whole myriad of skills, from doing literature review and understanding scientific articles to designing experiments to presenting the research and writing about the research and making posters about the research and talking to people about the research. And I think that this gives me, in combination with my other undergraduate experiences, both a technical background and a communications background. And so I think that this sets me up well to participate in the job market and then also to eventually go to grad school and continue doing more research.